Welcome to The Bright Side, your nutritional program dedicated to the understanding of the vast world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. I'm your host, Pharmacist Ben, nutritional pharmacist from Boulder, Colorado. I specialize in using nutritional supplements where other healthcare practitioners use toxic pharmaceutical drugs and sometimes deadly medical procedures. If you suspect that there are natural nutritional roads to your vitality and health and well-being and to addressing your health challenges, whatever they may be, but you don't know where to begin, you have come to the right place. As you listen to The Bright Side every day, you are more and more in control of your body, you are more and more knowledgeable, and you know you can overcome any health issue. That is why we're here every day on The Bright Side to help clear up the sometimes confusing world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. Over the last 29 years of practicing pharmacy, I've seen drug-free recoveries from diabetes and hypertension and obesity and skin diseases like psoriasis, eczema, rosacea, acne, digestive ailments, autoimmune issues of all kinds. Recoveries that by the standards of modern medicine can only be called a miracle, but what is in the world of the body, what is in the world of biology, standard operating procedure, because the human body is a healing system. It's a regenerating system. Regeneration is built into the body, and while some folks may call that healing, renewing, regenerating system a miracle, it really is just the way the body works. If you have questions about health, nutrition, prescription drugs, if you want to get off your meds and get on a good nutritional supplement program, if you're dealing with a health challenge you need help with, we are here for you. 844-236-6010 is our number. We're committed to your health and wellness. Let us help you change your life today. 844-236-6010 is our number. Try to call in early so we can squeeze in as many calls as possible. 844-236-6010 is the number. If you have a success story you'd like to share, we especially like hearing those. 844-236-6010. If you want to purchase any of the longevity products you hear advertised on the program, you can go to our websites, brightsideben.com, also pharmacistben.com, and criticalhealthnews.com. You can order products off the website, or you can sign up to join the Brightside Ben team right off the website, or you can call the phone team at 866-735-2470. That's 866-735-2470. You can order products off the phone from the phone team, or you can also sign up to join the Brightside Ben team. And don't forget about your Truth Treatment products, skin health products, retinol 5% gel, Truth Balm, Truth Serum, and our omega-6 healing cream. You can find out all about that at truthtreatments.com. We also have a blog, a skin health blog at truthtreatments.com as well. Okay, so we were talking last about one of my all-time favorite supplements. It's not a nutritional supplement. It's a hormone, melatonin. So many different things. And, everybody knows, most people anyway, that melatonin can help you fall asleep. But that's not the point of melatonin. Melatonin is an all-around health supplement. Anti-aging supplement, anti-pain supplement, anti-diabetic supplement, skin health supplement, hair health supplement. I mean, what do you want to know? What else do you want? Everything. It does everything. Yesterday we talked about neuropathy, and so many people are dealing with this miserable condition. Neuropathy is just nerve pain that seemingly occurs for no reason. Well, nothing happens, of course, for no reason. Neuropathy is a sign that cells are dying, and it's affecting the nerves. Yesterday we said how pain is the result of dead cells exploding their contents into tissue and circulatory system and contacting the electrical wiring. When that occurs, we feel pain. And no one just has neuropathy. You can't just have neuropathy. If you think you're healthy, and I get letters like this, oh, my diabetes is under control, everything's good, but I still have my neuropathy. No, it's not good. You're breaking down. Cells are dying. Neuropathy equals dead cells. That's not a good thing. Neuropathy equals exploding cells that aren't being fed and aren't being oxygenated and are swimming in their own poison, and that's not a good thing. That's never a good thing. And you don't just have it where you're feeling it, you have it all over your body. If you have neuropathy, you got a major health issue, and that's a serious sign or a major red flag for getting yourself on a good nutritional supplement program and changing your life, big time. Neuropathy is a major sign of degeneration. Neuropathy is cell death. And that's the solution. Protect the cells. That's how you end neuropathy. The illness, the challenge tells you how you deal with it. Now, if you go to your doctor, they'll give you a sleeping pill or an antidepressant pill or a Prozac or a Vicodin or a pain pill. That's not helping the situation. It's making it worse. Doctors hate that people don't want to take their drugs. I was just reading this article. Craziness. Missing out on prescription medicines harms health. I think I talked about this yesterday. This is from the British Medical Journal. doctors say, well, you're going to get sick if you don't take your drugs. How did this ever happen that drugs make you healthy? Who thinks this? Drugs do not make you healthy under any circumstance. I'm not saying you don't need them. I'm not Pollyannish about this. There are times you need to control things for emergencies, but they're not making you healthier. How do we get healthy? Protect your cells. Stop the cell death. Use your Mighty 90, especially fats and fatty vitamins. Keep that cell membrane healthy. Oxygen, breathing, sugar reduction, staying away, not using prescription medication or any other drugs for that matter. Now, as far as melatonin goes, there is a lot of evidence that talks about this stuff being amazing for protecting nerve cells. We talked yesterday about multiple sclerosis and melatonin. Melatonin is just an all-around hormonal tonic. It's gentle, it's benign hormone replacement therapy. Estrogen is not gentle and benign hormone replacement therapy. Estrogen is not even smart hormone replacement therapy. It's pretty darn dumb if you read up on estrogen. Progesterone is a little different. Progesterone is along kind of like melatonin, not quite as gentle as melatonin, but it's all probably along the same lines. Another one, pregnenolone. We haven't talked about pregnenolone a lot, and I will be talking about pregnenolone as we continue this talk about hormones and skin health, because pregnenolone, man, that is amazing. If you're dealing with any kind of seizure disorders, you want to know about pregnenolone. If you're dealing with adrenal fatigue issues, you want to know about pregnenolone. By the way, that's spelled P-R-E-G, pregnenolone, pregnenolone. We'll talk about that here in the coming days. Melatonin, though, gentle, benign, amazing multiple benefits. You got to be respectful of it. It's a hormone. You got to be respectful of it. But for most folks, 3 to 6 milligrams a night isn't going to cause any problems. And because it's an all-around health supplement, you don't need to have insomnia to enjoy its benefits. Just because you fall asleep fine at night, you could still benefit from 3 milligrams a day or a night. Take it at night. Don't take it during the day. 3 milligrams a night of melatonin, especially as you get older. You may be getting benefits. If you're taking your melatonin to fall asleep, you may be getting anti-aging benefits you don't know about. It stabilizes blood fats. It's anti-cholesterol. Do you know serum cholesterol, blood cholesterol levels are decreased by melatonin? It's a statin drug without the statin drug toxicity. And statin drugs, make no mistake about it, even though now doctors are, I'm just reading another article here about doctors freaking out because people aren't taking their statin drugs. Doctors are bad press makes patients stop statins, raises their MI risk. Oh my God. This has got to be a drug company funded study here. Danish National Cohort Study. Study by a couple of doctors, I can't even pronounce their name, from Norway, published in the European Health Journal, show that it's the overall image of statins that's causing people to not take their drugs. Look, people don't want to take drugs. That's pretty much what it is. And this is what this whole compliance issue is about. You know, in pharmacy school, they always told us, patients are non-compliant. Patients won't take their drugs. You got to make sure your patient's taking the drugs. This is what the hypnotic trance that pharmacy school students are put under. Now, I got lucky. I woke up out of the trance. But they hypnotize you into thinking the patients are stupid. They're not going to take their drugs. So now doctors are freaking out because people aren't taking their statin drugs. Same day, okay, this came out yesterday, December 7th, 2 days earlier, from the journal Pancreas. Pancreatitis caused by gallstones, statins increase risk. So now you got an increased risk of gallstones. And if you understand the cholesterol system, which your doctor does not, I guarantee you, unless he's a researcher, the rare researcher, your doctor doesn't know. He's giving you a statin drug because he read a study that says it lowers MI risk by a certain percent. The sales rep told him. But if you understand cholesterol chemistry, you'll know that statins obviously are going to increase the risk of bile problems and gallstone problems because it's all part of the cholesterol system and you can't just monkey around with it artificially. It doesn't make sense. Okay, I'm Pharmacist Ben. Going to tell you a couple more cool things about melatonin here. Melatonin and the sun. Melatonin, as it turns out, is sun protection too. We'll talk about that when we come back from a break. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side.
Thank you for listening to GCN. Be sure to visit GCNlive.com today.
All right, we're back on The right side. Got lines open for you, 844-236-6010. If you're on hold, hang tight. We'll get to you here in our next segment. A couple more things I want to say about melatonin. Love, love, love this stuff. It's not a panacea, but it is pretty darn cool. We've only really known about melatonin for about 50 or 60 years. It was first discovered, I think, in the late 50s. And it's actually not just in people, melatonin. Melatonin is in plants. Plants make melatonin. All plants, pretty much. Tiny amounts of it anyway. Although you can get, some nutritional melatonin in olives, walnuts, barley, strawberries. Olive oil has a little bit of melatonin. So you can get melatonin from foods. That's not a bad way to do it. And also, the amino acid tryptophan is a amazing amino acid that stuff is. You don't necessarily want to take tryptophan by itself, but tryptophan-containing foods, which are going to be dairy, eggs, high-protein foods, whey protein is a good source of tryptophan. That can help boost your melatonin levels. Tryptophan and melatonin have an interesting connection. They're both related to light. Tryptophan, if you want to really have your mind blown by nutrition and chemistry, tryptophan actually manipulates the light. Tryptophan turns light into people. It turns light into biology. It turns light into us. It's amazing. It's light active. Absolutely mind-blowing amino acid tryptophan is. It's a precursor, or it's a raw material for making melatonin also. So eating tryptophan-containing foods is another way. So you don't necessarily need to supplement if you're one of those folks that doesn't want to supplement, doesn't feel comfortable supplementing. Some people don't, especially with a hormone. Although personally, I take 3 milligrams or sometimes 6 milligrams every night, and I love the stuff. So melatonin is a fat stabilizer, protects against neuropathy, anti-diabetic, keeps your fat stable inside your blood, and you can apply melatonin topically. In fact, it's actually a sun protection ingredient. You can make your own sunscreen. And by the way, anybody who tells you that sunscreens, any medical professional who tells you to slather on a sunscreen just flat out doesn't understand chemistry. Melatonin, on the other hand, is non-toxic, benign. And the same way it protects the fatty layers on the outside of cells, the cell membrane, it does the same thing for the skin. 2002 article from the British Journal of Dermatology. Melatonin, in conjunction with vitamin C and E, was shown to protect the skin from sunburn. And if it's going to protect the skin from sunburn, you can infer it's going to protect your skin from other environmental insults. Somebody should come up with a melatonin topical product, or you can make your own. Forget coming up with a melatonin topical product. Go get yourself some melatonin capsules. Break it, 3 milligram, 5 milligram capsule. Break open the melatonin, add it to water, throw in a little lemon juice. Actually, forget water. Put it in some green tea. Add in a little lemon juice or lime juice to get your vitamin C. Add your melatonin. You get yourself a sun protection spray, an environmental assault protection spray. This idea of using antioxidants, by the way, as sun protection is really, really important to understand. Antioxidants like vitamin C especially, alpha lipoic acid, vitamin E, melatonin, these are wonderful ways to protect your skin from sunburn. I'm talking about applying them topically. Topically, that's what we should be doing. We should be using topical nutrients to protect ourselves from the sun, not toxic sunscreens. And yes, they're toxic. They kill cells. That's how they work. Or that's not how they work. That's one of the things they do. They kill cells. They're cytotoxic. Google octylmethoxycinnamate and cytotoxicity, if you can remember that. Octylmethoxycinnamate and cell death. The more you use a sunscreen, the more toxic it becomes because the stuff accumulates, especially in fat. On the other hand, the more you use your melatonin topically and your vitamin C topically, the more that accumulates and the more health benefits you get. How does the sunscreen get to be the treatment of choice? That should be the alternative. The alternative should be using topical antioxidants. And by the way, internal antioxidants are always going to be the most important, especially internal phytonutrient antioxidants, like the carotenes. Using nutritional antioxidants as sun protection not only gives you the sun protection benefits, but you get beneficial effects. Not only don't you get side effects like you do with sunscreens, necessary evil sometime, by the way. Sometimes you absolutely need them if you don't have a choice. You don't want to burn. But with topical antioxidants, you don't get the toxicity and you get extra benefits. You get anti-aging benefits. You get anti-wrinkle benefits. This is why nutrients are so superior to drugs. And this is why it's so impossible for me to understand how a kindly, well-meaning doctor, and they're kindly and well-meaning often, you know, they got into the health profession to help people. How can these people go with the toxic pharmaceuticals before they use the nutrients? The protective effects of nutrients that you get, the protective benefits of nutrients that you get in addition to the specific effect you're looking for, it's so overwhelmingly superior, it makes these things so overwhelmingly superior to drugs that it's a non-starter. It's a no-brainer. At least start using, if you need drugs, you need drugs, okay? If you want drugs, nobody needs them, but if you want them, go for it. But at least give the nutritional strategy a chance. The protective effect that melatonin has for skin cells and for cell membranes and for blood fats and for diabetes and for neuropathy, you know, why would you use anything else? And by the way, this includes cholesterol. Yes, cholesterol. Why would anyone ever take a statin drug until they use melatonin first? Melatonin protects against high levels of cholesterol, and bonus, melatonin keeps cholesterol from going rancid. One of the problems with cholesterol is that it goes rancid. Now, I'm not a big believer in that cholesterol theory, as you know, and I don't think anybody who really understands how the body works is going to be a believer, that nonsensical theory that it's cholesterol that causes heart disease. But there is a problem with rancid cholesterol. It's called oxycholesterol. Now, oxycholesterol may be a problem, and this is where melatonin and other antioxidants can become so important. We're going to talk about vitamin E here in the coming days, and vitamin E protects one of its major roles, much like melatonin, it protects fats. Cholesterol, rancid cholesterol, that can be a problem, and melatonin protects against cholesterol rancidity. It lowers cholesterol overall, and it protects against rancidity. So again, why would a doctor, well-meaning doctor, kindly doctor, I'm not going to lambaste physicians, why would they go with a statin drug before they decided, or at least tried to use melatonin? Yes, melatonin lowers blood cholesterol. Tell that to your doctor. This is from, where I got it here. I'm collecting all these melatonin articles. Melatonin reduces cholesterol accumulation and pro-oxidant state induced by a high cholesterol diet in the plasma, liver, and probably in the heart too. That's from the Journal of Pineal Research, April 2004. Serum cholesterol and lipid peroxidation, that's rancid fats, are decreased by melatonin in a diet-induced hypercholesterolemic rats. They feed rats lots of cholesterol and see what happens. Well, melatonin lowers their cholesterol and stabilizes their fats. That's also from the Journal of Pineal Research, April 2000. All right, I'm going to stop talking about melatonin here, I think. Yeah. We're going to touch on it a little bit tomorrow, but I want to talk about vitamin E and a couple other things as well. All right, we'll take your phone calls when we come back. You're listening to The Bright Side. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Don't go away. We got more good health information coming at you right after this. Okay, we are back on The Bright Side. I'm Pharmacist Ben. We're on the air Monday through Friday, 8 to 9 Pacific and 10 to 11 Central Time, 24/7 on our archive page, brightsideben.com. You can also find us at benfuchsarchives.com. Thank you to Peter in the UK for setting that up. And also, you can go to my blog, pharmacistben.com, and criticalhealthnews.com, and check out our posts, which we try to update regularly. Thank you to Jonty Collier and Robert Lundgren for setting those up for us. And if you're interested in checking out my skin health posts on truthtreatments.com, you can also find our Truth Treatment products, retinol 5% gel with a big old dose of vitamin C. No preservatives ever in Truth Treatment products. No fragrances, no wax, no fillers, no nothing you don't really need to have on your skin. Truthtreatments.com, truthtreatments.com. Okay, 844-236-6010 is our number. Just a couple more things about melatonin. You need your B vitamins to make melatonin. Don't forget your Beyond Tangy Tangerine. Remember, melatonin is not a nutritional supplement. You need your Mighty 90 nutrients with your melatonin. And you need your Mighty 90 nutrients to help you make melatonin, particularly the B vitamins, and also zinc and magnesium as well. You can get melatonin, of course, in foods, too, as we said. And milk in particular, cow's milk, unpasteurized cow's milk. I think pasteurization probably doesn't do the melatonin content any good, but this is one of the reasons. Everybody thinks it's the tryptophan, but maybe the melatonin in cow's milk that makes it so relaxing and such a sleepy time kind of beverage, if you will. Okay, 844-236-6010 is our number. Tom in Ohio, what's going on, man? Welcome to the bright side.
Thanks for taking my call.
Hey, Tom, what's going on?
So this just happened yesterday, and I was listening to Joyce, and your show came on, and I'm like, oh, let me give them a call. And so thank you for taking my call. This is perfect timing, I think.
Sure. Have you not listened before? This is the first time? Have you heard the show before? Have you heard my show before?
Yes, I have. Yes, I have.
Okay. Go ahead.
So had some stomach pains yesterday, and it triggered me to 2013 when I went to the doctor for diverticulitis. I didn't know what it was. I'm like, oh my gosh. I called my wife, please come home. I'm in pain, and this is not just gas. This is not just a stomach ache. So she took me in. They admitted me, and I did not have to have the surgery like both my parents did, where they had 3 feet of their colon taken out.
That's awful.
So we got to it in time. And he just said, after that, I've been great for 2 years now. No seeds, no nuts, stay away from popcorn and stuff like that. So I've been doing that. The holidays have started this year, though, and I think I've been maybe having too much with the food and stuff like that. Because I have friends who've had bouts with it. They're just like, yeah, I still eat nuts, I still eat popcorn and stuff, and they just have these bouts of pain. So I had one today. And yesterday, and so I went to my doctor today, and he gave me Augmentin, actually the generic version, amoxicillin. I'm reading it right off the bottle. Clavulinate potassium.
Yes, Augmentin is an enhanced version because the amoxicillin doesn't work anymore, so they have to enhance it with clavulanic acid or clavulinate or something. They call it Augmentin. It augments the amoxicillin. But anyway, here's the deal. You're going to make things worse.
Yes,
you may need an antibiotic. I don't know if you have an infection or not. And antibiotics, and if you have an infection, you need an antibiotic. Okay, that's just how it is. You got to kill the bacteria. It's an unfortunate solution, but you need it. So here's the problem, though. Diverticulitis, diverticulosis. Diverticulosis is when you get these pouches that form in the colon. And the osis is non-symptomatic, and you won't even know if you have diverticulosis. You may not even know. Diverticulitis is itis, bad thing. It's when it gets infected, and that's when you get a problem. So diverticulitis is the real problem. Diverticulosis is asymptomatic. I shouldn't say that. Diverticulitis that's when you're screamed. That's when you get the infection and the inflammation, and it's very painful. So here's the deal. The reason you get the pouches is because you got a sick colon, because you're not taking care of yourself. I'm not beating you up here. I'm just trying to be honest, keeping it real, okay? So
thank you.
The intestine's messed up. You got pouches. That's not good. So yes, if you have the pouches, the seeds and the fiber and all those things they're telling you to stay away from are going to get caught in the pouches, but maybe we should get rid of the pouches. Right?
Right.
You think? So this is my beef with this medical model. As I say, sometimes doctors are kindly and nice, but they're boneheaded when they do this kind of stuff. So here's what you need to do. You need to love your colon, okay? And that means eating less food, number 1, eating more liquid food, number 2, okay? Drinking liquid food, soups, smoothies, that kind of thing. Number 3, using probiotics and fermented foods, and veggie juices. The combination of probiotics, fermented veggies in particular, and veggie juices not only gives you the bacteria, but it provides a healthy environment for the bacteria to thrive, the good bacteria. And that Augmentin, by the way, is not going to distinguish between the good bacteria and the bad bacteria. So after your Augmentin, you want to make extra sure you're doing this, because you're going to make matters worse. As I say, if you have an infection, I'm not telling you not to take your antibiotic, but you're going to make matters worse. So when you're done with it, you really got to start taking care, okay? The strategy of giving somebody an antibiotic when they have diverticulosis is a strategy of making you a ward of the medical model. You understand? You're going to be now a child, and your daddy's going to be the doctor. That's what you're set up for when you take an antibiotic for this stuff. All right? I'm not telling you not to take it, though, because you may have an infection. But the idea of killing the bacteria is setting you up to always have to go to the doctor. because you're going to keep having this problem. So you need to make sure you're loading up on probiotics, veggie juices, especially celery juice and spinach, which are loaded with nitrates. Then they can provide a healthy environment for bacteria and the fiber as well. Juicing is going to be to your advantage because it'll grind everything up. And then also your Mighty 90 essential nutrients, that goes without saying. And then things that coat the intestine, aloe, noni, mucilaginous stuff. If you're using longevity, the Fucoid Z. Anything that has a coating quality, a gummy, mucilaginous quality, cartilage kinds of things, like bone soup. Hyaluronic acid, wonderful supplement. That can be helpful for you. Gelatin, the glucogel caps. You see how we're working here?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm giving you some ideas, but you can take the ball and run with it once you get a sense of what we're talking about. You want to love your colon, eat less, drink as much nutrition as possible, use your Mighty 90 essential nutrients, coat the digestive tract. These are all the strategies you want to do. And then once you heal it, and it heals, diverticulosis heals, so you're not condemned. You can heal this thing, and then you can start eating as normal. I shouldn't say as normal. You still got to be careful how you eat, but I don't know what normal is for you. But you won't have to worry about about fiber and nuts and seeds. Perhaps not as much or not at all. Okay? I hope that helps you.
Yes, with fermented food, were you referring to like the apple cider vinegar? With
apple cider vinegar will help. I forgot about that. But no, I was thinking more along the lines of miso, tempeh, fermented beets, fermented pickles, fermented cucumbers. Get a book called The Art of Fermentation, sauerkraut, fermented cabbage. Get a book called The Art of Fermentation. It's easy to understand, has really easy to use recipes too.
Thank you very much. This really helps out so much.
Good deal. Take care, man. Take care. Have a beautiful. I hope everything works out for you. All right, let's go to Mike in California. What's up, Mike? Welcome to the bright side.
Hi, Ben. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing good. What's going on, bro?
I find you're great. Okay, I'm in good health. I'm in my 50s. I'm 5'9", 150. I just did a yearly physical. My HDL is 110. My LDL is 85. My triglycerides in the 40. My question with you is regarding. Hello.
Hey, I'm here.
Oh, testosterone and thyroid. I started the 2.0.
Oh, we got to take a break, though. Mike, hang on. Testosterone and thyroid. We'll answer your question when we come back. We got a commercial. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. We'll be back right after this. Don't go away. Okay, we are back on The Bright Side. 844-236-6010 is our number. We're talking to Mike in California. Sorry to cut you off there, Mike. I heard thyroid and testosterone.
Okay, I've been taking 2.0 for 2 months.
2.0, beyond Tangerine?
Yeah. Okay, and I started eating like 5 to 6 eggs a day for the last 6 weeks.
Okay.
So I went in, my cholesterol, I feel a difference libido-wise, with
That's awesome.
testosterone.
Good deal.
I wanted to find out what's some other good foods to boost the testosterone, and what about if you want to get your thyroid up? I know there's like seaweed and stuff, which I'm worried about.
You don't want to think about it that way. You don't want to think about it that way. Seaweed is definitely important, and iodine and all that. But you want to just do the simple things for overall health. As far as the libido thing goes, the best thing, or for testosterone, the best thing you can do for testosterone is reduce your sugar intake. That's the fastest way to raise your testosterone or make your body more sensitive to testosterone, is lower your insulin. Or make your body more sensitive to insulin, I should say. Actually, there's a relationship between insulin and testosterone, but over time, our body stops listening to insulin. So resensitizing your body to insulin by lowering your sugar. That's job number one. For anybody who's interested in boosting their testosterone as they get older, that's job number one. Sugar is anti-testosterone because of insulin resistance, okay? Mm-hmm. So you probably noticed, Mike, you got some belly fat going on that you didn't have when you were a kid?
No, I'm 5'9", 150.
Okay, but you have more than you did when you were a kid.
Well, when I pinch, there's not fat there in my belly.
Okay, then you're one of the lean ones, and that happens occasionally. But for most folks, you maybe already have enough testosterone. For most folks, they'll notice they get belly fat as they get older. When they didn't have it when they were younger, that's a sign of insulin resistance. Your body's not listening to insulin, and because estrogen's made in body fat, that makes you more estrogenic, and you get this downward spiral. But it sounds like you're not on that track. It sounds like you're good. How's your hair? Tell me about your hair.
You mean in my head?
Yeah, in your head.
I've lost a little. Okay, and my blood sugar's like low 90s. Do the sweeties, should I be taking sweeties?
Well, hang on. Don't digress here.
Okay.
Let me just ask you about your hair. How's your hair? Is it thinning at all?
What?
Is it thinning? Just a touch. Okay. Are you wiry? Are you built wiry?
You mean I'm lean?
Like wiry, like you have like some vascularity in your arms, veins showing, that kind of thing, veins in your arms?
A little bit.
Okay. All right. So you're probably already a high testosterone producer. So what you want to do is you want to reduce the sugar intake, as I say, and then use sugar metabolizing nutrients like the sweeties and the B vitamins. Zinc is a wonderful way to boost testosterone, 50 milligrams a day. You're not going to get that in foods. Vitamin E can help also, 400 international units a day, and you're not going to get that in food either. And then I'd be throwing in a little DHEA. Have you heard of that?
Yeah.
Throw in a little DHEA, maybe 5 or 10 milligrams a day. See if that ups your libido a little bit. Sometimes that happens. You know, you get that morning woody. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
The DHEA will help.
But if I have avocados with egg, does that disrupt the 2.0 or not?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Avocados with eggs and the Beyond Tangy Tangerine?
Yeah.
Not at all.
Okay, so I just want to ask you one thing with the 2.0. It says folate and alpha E. Do I need? I was taking a mixed D also because I didn't know if I needed to do the gamma. And what is it says folate in the 2.0 versus? Do I need to think differently from folate and folate or what? That's my only other question.
That's the folic acid, the folate in the supplemental form is not the best way to get your folate. It's just a way to get your basic needs met. The best way to get your folic acid and folate is from veggies. Absolutely. Okay. Make sure you're eating lots of green, leafy foliage. That's where the term folic acid comes from. Foliage.
And what about the alpha versus mixed D?
If it was me, I'd be taking the mixed D with the alpha.
Okay, because the 2.0 has folate.
I know. They don't use the mixed form because that's so darn expensive.
Oh, okay, so I'm okay taking that.
Yes, heck yes.
Okay, you answered my questions. You have a dynamite day.
Thank you. Have a beautiful day yourself. Thanks for calling. Okay, Larry in Oklahoma. What's up, my friend? Larry?
Hello?
Larry?
Yes.
We got Larry? Hey, Larry.
Can you hear me?
I hear you loud and clear. What's up, brother?
I've got radiation treatments for colon cancer, and my question was, what could I take to help rebuild that tissue?
So many things. How you doing, by the way? How you feeling?
Well, relatively good.
Okay, good. So did they get everything they said?
Well, I'm facing surgery.
You still have surgery coming up?
Yes.
Okay, so it's really, really, really important you start supplementing and taking care of yourself now. Not only for the cancer, but also to improve the prognosis of the surgery and also for recovery. So it's job number one to get yourself on a good nutritional supplement program and also make sure you're eating correctly. You should be staying completely away from any pro-inflammatory foods. I mean, you don't even want to smell them. You know what I'm saying? Anything pro-inflammatory, that's gluten and grains and flour and cereal and dairy and eggs, perhaps. You'll have to see some of these things, but you want to stay away from them. The less you eat, the better off you're going to be. Make sure you're liquefying your foods. Bone soup is your best friend. If you can and make sure the chicken is organic and hormone-free and all that, it's your best friend. Subsist on it. And that's for anybody who's going through surgery, but especially colon issues. Coating the digestive tract with, as we were talking earlier, gummy mucilaginous substances, gelatin, hyaluronic acid. That's spelled Hyaluronic, hyaluronic acid. Zinc is very important for the digestive tract. Aloe and noni, as we said earlier. There's a couple of amino acids that you may want to include in your supplement program that are important for rebuilding. One is called arginine, arginine, maybe a gram or 2 grams of it a day, and glutamine. Not only is glutamine important for recovery, but it's also specifically important for the digestive tract. So maybe about 5 grams a day of glutamine. You want to do some research on glutamine. I personally love the stuff, but some folks will advise against it, but that's not my position on it. Vitamin C, the basics, maybe 5 grams a day. You can take more, but maybe 5 grams a day is a good place for you to be. All your Mighty 90 essential nutrients, that goes without saying, but I'd be throwing in extra vitamin C, always important. Look into something called glutathione, Glutathione, major cancer fighter. It's your body's primary cancer fighter. And glutathione levels are depleted by radiation and by all of chemotherapy and prescription drugs and all the strategies of the medical model. Glutathione goes to work to protect you from the radiation. So the more radiation you have, the more toxic drugs you have, the more medical intervention you have, the less glutathione you're going to have. So building glutathione. Glutamine is part of it. So is N-acetylcysteine, NAC. I'd be using that. Absolutely be on selenium. the ultimate selenium, and then vitamin E would probably be helpful as well. And then there's an amino acid called glycine that you may want to think about. You'll get that in your bone soup. If you can do whey protein, that would also help you. Any kind of protein foods will help you in general, but you got to be a little bit careful with them because you can react and you don't want to have any reactions. And of course, probiotics and fermented food and celery juice, vegetable juice, that goes without saying. That's for everything, but especially for the colon and for digestive issues. Okay, Larry, God bless you, man. Good luck with everything. Anything else you want to ask me?
Where do you get the glutathione?
Well, you can do, if it was me, I'd be doing intravenous glutathione. Other than that, you're going to have to build it with three major supplements: cysteine, which you'll get from N-acetylcysteine; glutamine, which you'll get from either straight glutamine, or you can get it in your bone soup. Bone soup contains glutamine, and pretty much all high protein foods are going to contain glutamine. See, what we're doing, we're building it. You're building your own glutathione, is what I'm saying here. Glutathione is made up of 3 amino acids plus selenium. Glutamine, and you'll get that in supplemental form. Glycine, you'll get that in your bone soup, and then also cysteine, which you'll get in the N-acetylcysteine. I'm trying to think if it was glycine is the third amino acid here, though. Let me do a quick little look-see here for you. And then anything you could do to relax the body. Cancer is a sign of a hyped up biological system. Anything you could do to relax the body, and that includes deep breathing. In fact, hyperbaric oxygen might be something else that you want to think about. And many hospitals will have a hyperbaric oxygen chamber that you can use. And you may want to ask your physician. Okay? So glutamine, cysteine, glycine, and selenium. That's how you're going to build your glutathione.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to move on. God bless you, my friend. I hope everything works out for you. Let's see if I can get one more call in. Andre in California. What's up, bro? Andre?
Yes, good morning, Ben. Yes,
Hey,
good morning. How are you?
I'm doing good. What's going on?
I'm having a problem with my thyroid. I'm hyperthyroidism.
Hyperthyroid?
Yes, and I've been taking Synthroid for the last maybe 3 years.
Wait a minute. Hypothyroid or low thyroid function or too high?
Too high.
Okay. You got to calm the body down. Did they tell you Graves' disease?
No.
Did they mention Graves' disease to you?
No. What is that?
It's an autoimmune condition of the thyroid where the thyroid just freaks out. Your thyroid's freaking out, so you got to calm the body down. Nutritional supplementation is definitely going to help. Slow, deep breathing will definitely help. All the strategies we talk about for activating the parasympathetic nervous system. I only got about 20 seconds left. So, Andre, if you can call me back tomorrow, I'll be glad to help you. There's lots you could do. Lots. If you want to do something quickly, just relax the body. Relax, people. R-E-L-A-X, as Aaron Rodgers said. All right, that's all the time we have for today. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Thanks for listening. We'll be back at you tomorrow with more good health information on the bright side. Take care, everybody.